Hello, Sacred Soul Sisters. The month of April is going to be a big one, and that's why the theme for Womb Kriyas this month is everywhere that your self-healing journey, this ascension journey, is a chore. Feels like work, an obligation, something that you don't have time or money for, something that's uncomfortable, you can't find the fun or joy in it, it's painful, and your ego creates this long list of reasons, justifications, and excuses as to why you shouldn't commit to your self-healing journey, why you shouldn't push through that pain to the other side where your multidimensional pleasure, everything that you are desiring, yearning for, that you've been looking for, awaits you. And the ego creates that long list of reasons, justifications, and excuses, whatever they may be, because the ego is afraid to lose its power and control over you. Because as long as you give your power to those reasons, justifications, and excuses, guess what? The ego doesn't lose its power and control over you. And this self-healing journey, this ascension journey, is a journey of conquering your ego. It's a journey of dropping into your body, meeting all those void spaces, all the stuck energies, all the places within you that are numb, blocked, and armored, where your higher self has fled the scene to avoid the full impact of pain when that initial trauma occurred. And without your higher self there, guess what? Ego decides to take over and control that part of your body, not allowing you to feel as though you are connected to that part of your body, have control over it, as though you have power. There's no agency, there's no safety. And one of the big themes showing up this month and in incoming months is this feeling of safety, specifically around feeling safe on our mother planet. And with all of these incoming solar flares assisting her with her rebirth, with her ascension out of this third dimension, these lower vibrational frequencies of fear, into the higher vibrational frequencies of the fifth dimension of love, there's going to be a little bit of an upheaval. There's going to be a destruction process before the rebirth, and that's at the macro level. If we were to now take that down to the micro level, guess what? Within you, there is also going to be a destruction process before your rebirth. That destruction process is never fun. You can find the joy in it. It's definitely not going to be comfortable. But you have to overcome those reasons, justifications, and excuses that the ego makes in order for you to actually go through this death, rebirth process that is required for you to ascend with Mother Earth. Because one of the things that I oftentimes contemplate and really dive deep into is this concept that nothing is free in the universe. Everything has a sacred energetic exchange. I receive something, I give something in return. If not, then there's this energy of take. Well, I'm taking something, I feel entitled to it. And this brings me to a concept called spiritual entitlement. And we're gonna dance with this concept this month. Because in the spiritual world and the ascension communities, if you turn on YouTube, if you watch this video, you're magically going to ascend into the fifth dimension. And I immediately call BS on that. Because I'm like, how? Without doing the great work that is required to ascend, to allow those old parts of ourselves to die, because we cannot take those into the fifth dimension. All of those trauma selves, all of those pain bodies that we have, we can't just magically ascend with them into the fifth dimension. Otherwise, guess what? We're going to recreate the new earth from those same traumas and wounds and fears and programs. What's that going to look like? It's impossible. So when I see these messages being put out there on YouTube and by channelers and psychics and starseeds and you name it, I sit back and I'm like, so wait a second. Let's understand this whole death rebirth process logically. In order to ascend into a higher dimension, we have to clear out those lower frequencies. And even if we are spiritually entitled to ascension in this lifetime due to this great awakening and all the solar flares that are pouring into Mother Earth to assist her with her ascension, what happens to all of our karma, pain, traumas, and wounds? Let's say those solar flares are coming in and they're just magically burning them out of our body. Don't you think that there's going to be a purge process? A period where you go through ascension pain and symptoms? And what if you could actually lessen those ascension pain and symptoms? One of the big ascension pain symptoms themes that's been showing up for a lot of sisters lately is this quote-unquote stomach bug, this bacterial infection, imbalance in bacteria. And this is going to occur more and more because a lot of pathogenic microbes are hiding behind a biofilm. And when these solar flares come into Mother Earth and then they get downgraded through our light body, which has 7 different gears, just like a vehicle, downgrading, shifting gears, those high vibrational frequencies get downgraded in order for your physical body to be able to receive them. Because we live in a state, chronic state, of fight, flight, freeze, our nervous system would be absolutely, totally fried. Consider it a spontaneous Kundalini awakening. And there is a lot of fear around a spontaneous Kundalini awakening because what happens when Kundalini wakes up spontaneously, if you've not been preparing your body for Kundalini to wake up, the first roadblock she bumps into on her highway to divinity, she's going to burst into pain and symptoms. She's going to burst that roadblock like a tube of TNT, just blow that shit up, which is going to physically manifest as things coming out of your skin, different rashes, purging, low back pain, sciatica, headaches, migraines, dizziness. The list goes on and on and on. The thing is, these solar flares are also burning away that biofilm. So if we're not preparing our body for these incoming high vibrational frequencies, then we are going to face more and more ascension pain and symptoms. And they're not just physical, they're also mental and emotional. You may notice there are more emotional tsunamis where you just feel like anger is showing up or guilt is showing up and it's overwhelming and you don't know what to do with it. And you try to go into your practice and you just can't drop from your head into your body because fear, chaos, anxiety, which is literally running rampant in the collective right now because so many people are afraid of death. But it's not really death that we're afraid of, it's afraid of feeling. Because when we feel those pains and symptoms, those quote unquote stomach bugs, guess what? We're afraid that we don't know what to do with it. And that's what drives us to turn to a quick fix. Let me take a pill. Let me turn to a medicine that I've given my power to. Well, you know, if I go and do combo's gonna magically heal me. What I have remembered, even dancing with combo does not heal you if you do not integrate that trauma in your mind and in your body. And one of the ways that we are going to dance through this fear, this resistance to committing to your self-healing practice, and when I say committing, not to me, committing to you, committing to a daily practice. And in that daily practice, that is your integration. That is your preparation for receiving these high vibrational frequencies. It is your preparation to lessen the pain and the symptoms of ascension. It is to lessen the intensity of those emotional tsunamis. It's to lessen the fear and the chaos and anxiety that feels like it's just there humming and buzzing nonstop. And we're going to conquer that with these 7 cosmic codes to our higher consciousness, which this month we have 2 big, powerful portal days that are awakening days, gifting us a quantum leap in our consciousness. But again, as I say, nothing in this universe is free. There is always a sacred energetic exchange. So in order to receive these quantum leaps in our consciousness on these powerful portal days, what are you going to give in return to receive that quantum leap? Do you just sit back and magically expect that all of these high vibrational frequencies are gonna flow in and poof, now you are connected to your higher consciousness? Well, let me burst that bubble really quick, because your pathways to your higher consciousness are stored in your body, in your fascia. Your fascia encases your entire body from head to toe like saran wrap. It encases every cell, every tissue, every organ, every bone. And within your fascia is stored every memory of your soul, from the time your soul was born to now, all past, present, future lives. Everything is stored in your fascia. So if there are past life experiences, this planet, another planet, ancestral experiences, karmic debts, bloodline curses from these other lifetimes, let's just extend out beyond this present lifetime of trauma that you have created to get you to feel what you came here to heal. Because you got to remember, that's why we're here. We are here to feel so we can heal and ascend. But if our self-healing journey and the ascension journey and the great work required feels like a chore, it feels like work, it feels like an obligation, then guess what? That curse of Adam programming that says anything involving work will be a source of frustration is going to infiltrate its way into what feels like work, including your self-healing journey, your ascension journey. So coming back to these 7 cosmic codes, these are 7 cosmic codes that when you honor them, when you commit to them, pun intended, they will guide you to your higher consciousness. And that is the sacred energetic exchange. It's you giving, surrendering yourself, sacrificing your trauma selves to these 7 cosmic codes and going, I commit to my higher consciousness. And the very first one is just that, commitment. So when you commit to your higher consciousness, that commitment is supported by cosmic code number 2, conviction. It's that inner knowing that I am here to heal. I am here to ascend. I am here to assist Mother Earth in her rebirth. And that occurs through me rebirthing me. So your commitment is supported by your conviction, that strong, I know this is my truth. And that conviction then leads to consistency, the consistency of your daily practice, your consistency to participate in Womb Kriyas, your consistency to show up for you, to do the great work that is required, to give so that you can receive. And the consistency of your daily practice is a communion. It is a communion with your temple body, which is a temple for, well, first, let me ask you this. When you go to a temple, why do you go to a temple? To honor, to revere a god or a goddess, right? So why would you want to check into your holy temple body? To check in with your inner god and goddess. To check in so you can clean out your holy temple body, making space, reclaiming power, reclaiming safety, agency, control, and connection from your ego for your higher self to actually come home and be embodied. And the more your higher self is embodied, guess what? You start living, feeling, being, loving, and expressing from your higher consciousness. And that communion that occurs during your daily practice, it's a communion with your mind and body so you can retrieve your soul. And that communion consists of challenging yourself to push into and meet your deepest fears, those deepest suppressed emotions that you've never wanted to look at or go into because, oh my God, if I go there and I meet that and feel that, what do I do with it? And that is where, in these sacred ceremonies, in Womb Kriyas, in my Warrior Dragon Sisterhood, I am providing you with the framework that works for me to go into my body and to transmute those stuck energies. Because no matter what it is that you challenge yourself in, to hold your breath longer, to squeeze that pain or emotion out, whatever it is that you're challenging yourself in, that challenge has one purpose. to conquer your ego. And in challenging yourself and in conquering your ego, guess what? You reclaim all those things that you desire. Safety, power, control, agency, connection in your holy temple body for your higher self and higher consciousness. Restoring the next cosmic code, connection to all things higher, to your higher chakras, to your higher self, to higher knowledge and wisdom, to higher frequencies, higher dimensions, higher purpose, higher potential, higher power, everything higher that you are looking for. That connection is restored through these 7 cosmic codes to your higher consciousness. And when you challenge yourself, when you restore that connection, a magical thing happens. You remember that you are the creator of everything, every experience, every trauma, every wound, every fear, every program that you've given your power to. You claim, own, and acknowledge that you're the creator of it. And when you get to that point of, wow, I am the creator of everything, you will then go into your daily self-healing practice with this sense of joy. Because you know what's on the other side of that pain. You know what's on the other side of that fear when you're holding your breath and you're like, I can't hold my breath anymore, I'm gonna die. I can't hold my breath anymore, I need to inhale. You're gonna push yourself a little bit more because you know what's on the other side of that fear. The reclamation of your higher self, the reclamation of your higher consciousness. So we have 2 powerful portal days this month, April 8th and April 20th. Both of which I am offering a somatic ceremonial book reading because these are powerful portal days. The first one, April 8th, a solar eclipse, 14 days after a lunar eclipse. Divine feminine energies flowed in on the lunar eclipse to bring to the surface all the distorted feminine archetypes, patterns, stories, traumas, wounds, programming to the surface, to be met, felt, and healed, so that on the solar eclipse, those divine masculine energies can come in and all of the distorted masculine archetypes and programs and stories and patterns can also rise to the surface to be cleared. So your inner feminine and masculine can restore divine union. April 20th, 13 days after the solar eclipse. See the symbolism here. On April 20th, Uranus and Jupiter are conjunct, and this has not occurred since the 1500s. And it's occurring right at the cusp in true sidereal astrology, 13 sign astrology, right at the cusp of Pisces and Aries. And the symbolism in this is it's going to initiate a great awakening. It's going to gift us that quantum leap in our higher consciousness. Uranus is like rebellious energy that creates upheaval. It's that energy of eccentricity, the energy of we're going to blow up some shit because we know what's on the other side of that destruction, the rebirth. So as much as that upheaval may be feared and create chaos and anxiety and return back to your center and remember that in order to ascend, we have to descend. We have to destroy our trauma selves in order to reclaim our higher self at the micro level. At the macro level, systems, structures, governments, all of these false programs we've given our power to, they have to crumble. They have to be destroyed in order to give birth to something new. We can't carry the shit that's not been working for us, that's not been serving us, that's not in alignment with our higher self and higher consciousness into the new earth, into the 5th dimension. We can't carry that shit there. Otherwise, we're just going to recreate the same shit. And I can tell you, I don't want to recreate the same shit in the 5th dimension. I want to heal that shit. I want to let it go so I can actually rebirth myself as the divine being that I am. Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet that symbolizes wisdom, higher wisdom, knowledge, cosmic knowledge. So how, when these 2 planets come together, meet in this conjunction? Upheaval, eccentricity, rebellion. will create the higher consciousness, the higher wisdom. So with that being said, I will invite you to ask yourself a few questions. Where are you not committed to you? Because if you cannot commit to you, you're not committed to anyone else. If you have children, a family, a partner, you can say that you're committed to them, but until you are truly and honestly committed to you, you cannot commit to anyone or anything else, including your job, including work. You cannot commit to anyone or anything until you commit to you. And then the second question is, what is so scary? What are those reasons, justifications, and excuses and fears that stop you from committing to a daily self-healing practice? If you know, maybe you've not felt it yet. Maybe you're on the line, just kind of watching, waiting. I'm not ready to fully jump in and commit yet. But if you knew that everything you're looking for, everything you've been desiring, your higher self, higher consciousness, higher wisdom, your soul, purpose, happiness, abundance, joy, fun, if you know all of that is on the other side of your pain body, of your trauma selves, and the only way there is through them, then why would you self-sabotage your way there by giving your power to the reasons, justifications, and excuses and fears that your ego will try to conjure up to prevent it from losing power and control from you? Because I will share with you where I am today. If you would have told me where I am today, what I feel in my body, the relationship that I have, if you would have told me a year ago that I would be here today, I would have laughed at you and went, really? Okay, I got some healing to do. I need to hurry this up. Wow, I want that. I want that. I need to hurry up. I need to hurry up. And not from a place of rush, 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 but from that place of, I want that and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. Wow. That is that conviction. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there because I want that. That's been my yearning my whole life. And how did I get there? Well, I got there by committing to my daily self-healing practice before I ever started sharing Womb Kriyas online for all of you sisters. I was practicing Womb Kriyas 4 to 5 days a week on my own, before I even knew what they were called. I was in that practice. In addition to my twice a day self-healing practice, I had not taken them to my self-healing practice yet in the morning and evening yet. I was still doing breath work and foam roller stuff, and my Womb Kriyas was kind of like a middle of the day. Let me take a break away from writing my book. Let me go do some Womb Kriyas and then come back and channel all that higher knowledge and wisdom that I tapped into. So allow me to share with you the philosophy, the science behind Womb Kriyas and why we use resistance bands. Your higher consciousness, those pathways to your higher consciousness are stored in your body. They flow through your fascia. Your fascia encases your body from head to toe. Those pathways of consciousness that flow through your body, they're clogged. They're stuck. That's why we're so disconnected from our higher consciousness. There are 72,000 nadis, which I call channels for Shakti, your inner healer, life force, to flow through. But when these nadis, which are pathways of consciousness in your body, when these nadis are blocked, guess what? Your Shakti can't flow. Your cells of your body, your tissues, your organs, they're suffocating. They're not receiving enough oxygen, enough blood, enough nutrients. They're not getting enough of their toxic byproducts excreted because stuff cannot flow because our fascia is restricted. All of those unhealed traumas and wounds and fears and programming and blah, 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 that we've not met, we've not felt, and we've not healed are stored in our fascia. Every memory of our soul stored in our fascia. So when our fascia is restricted, 1 square inch of restricted fascia is equivalent to 2,000 pounds of pressure. Just pause, close your eyes, and envision 1 square inch of your temple body where you feel a restriction, a tightness. Can you feel that that is 2,000 pounds of pressure on your body? So how can you feel alive? How can you be embodied when all that pressure is squeezing the life force out of you, preventing life force from flowing through you, is preventing Shakti from arriving to her destination where she can go in there and reclaim space, power, safety, agency, control, and connection from that stuckness? She can't even get in there because 2,000 pounds of pressure is in her way. So when we have these roadblocks, when we have this amount of pressure, for me, before Womb Kriyas came along, I felt like my fascia was like a straitjacket. It was a frequency prison because everything is stored in the fascia. So therefore, it is a frequency prison. It is supposed to be fluid. It's a liquid crystalline matrix, but it's not fluid. It's stuck, it's restricted. And when we use resistance bands, they mimic that feeling of being in a straitjacket. Before I ever put a resistance band on to do Womb Kriyas, if I were to just do this, I can't feel my pain. Where's my pain at? I don't feel it. The very first time my body said, do not do your yoga flow that you have on repeat, that you do every day. No. Grab a resistance band. Put it around your legs. Right now I'm gonna show you around my arms. And once my body started guiding me into position, wow, okay. Oh my God, I can feel pain. I can feel the stuckness in my fascia. That stuckness is a blockage in my pathways of consciousness, which means if it's a blockage in my pathways of consciousness, it's blocking me from connection to my higher consciousness. So when we dance with resistance bands and Womb Kriyas, we are literally freeing our fascia from that 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. We are breaking out of our frequency prison. We are clearing those blockages in our pathways of consciousness. And we are restoring connection to our higher consciousness. So, beautiful, sacred soul sisters, it is my pleasure to invite you, if you have not experienced a Womb Kriyas ceremony yet, join me there every Saturday, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. All you need are resistance bands like this and cannabis. If you have rapé, excellent. If you don't need it. I'll still guide you through a ritual at the end of the ceremony. Join me in the somatic ceremonial book readings. Commit to your healing. Commit to your higher consciousness. Commit to your higher self. Commit to your holy temple body. Everything you're looking for is within you. And when you commit to you, I can promise you, I can absolutely promise you that you will be able to surf these cosmic waves of incoming high vibrational frequencies from the solar flares with much more ease and gentleness. The ascension pain and symptoms will not be as intense. You will not have your nervous system fried if you experience that spontaneous Kundalini awakening, because guess what? Your body is prepared, because Kundalini flows through 3 important nadis: the Ida, the Pingala, and the Sushumna. The 3 nadis, the one divining rod, and the other 2 that flow like serpents up your spine. Those nadis are clogged with mucus from these unhealed traumas. The vagus nerve is another channel for Kundalini to flow. The vagus nerve is the primary communication channel for our fight, flight, freeze response. So all that fear that's flowing through the vagus nerve is another blockage for Kundalini to flow. And whether you view it as a spontaneous Kundalini awakening or ascension pain and symptoms, when we receive high vibrational frequencies, when they come into our body, the first roadblock they hit, they are going to explode. So come and join me and remember a powerful self-healing methodology through Womb Kriyas and what you'll meet and experience in the book reading as you feel the vibrational transmission of somatophobia, all the passages that I'll be sharing on these 2 powerful portal days. Come and remember how to heal yourself, because no one and nothing can heal you. And we are in the time of reclaiming everything we've become dependent on to heal us. You and only you can heal you. There is no spiritual bypassing. There is no amount of spiritual entitlement that will get you through this ascension journey, that will allow you to rebirth yourself without going through the death process. And as scary as it is, I can promise you that what's on the other side is so worth it. It is so worth it. That's why my daily self-healing practice is literally at the top of my list to do. Cannot forget it. If I do not do it, I feel as though something is missing, no matter where Kumar and I are in the world. We went to Colombia, did Yahe for 3 nights. First thing in the morning, 6 a.m., what do you think we were doing? We had PVC pipe as rollers. We had shovel sticks as bamboo sticks. 6 a.m. after being in Yahe, working our body, working our fascia, doing Womb Kriyas all night long. We woke up and we still did our self-healing practice. In hotels, Airbnbs, we actually in Colombia, we had to swap out our room for a bigger room because the floor didn't have enough space for us to do our self-healing practice. That is commitment. And once again, I am not asking you to commit the way I do. I'm just inviting you to commit to you, because I'm hearing from a lot of you. And I hear your fears, I hear your struggles, I hear your challenges, I hear the pain of not being able to drop in and connect to your body. I hear even the pain of not being able to commit. And that is why I chose this theme this month. To overcome everywhere your self-healing journey, this ascension journey, this death-rebirth journey is something that you're not excited about, that feels like work, a chore, an obligation. And we're going to clear that curse of Adam programming that infiltrates its way in, that makes it be a source of frustration for you. And we are going to restore the joy in your self-healing practice, in the death that comes before the rebirth, in the descent before you can ascend, in the giving so that you can fully receive. Sisters, know that I'm here for you. Reach out anytime. Just know that I may not respond quick because I am out enjoying my life. I'm having fun. I'm in my garden again. I'm at the waterfall. So if you don't hear back from me, it's not because I don't want to respond to you or that you're bugging me. It's because I'm enjoying my life. And I'll invite you to do the same. Wake up your inner child. Start enjoying life more. And then carry that same frequency into your self-healing practice. For those of you who I've not met yet in sacred ceremony, I truly will be honored to meet you in your first Womb Kriyas ceremony, which is free. April 7th, the day before the big powerful portal day on April 8th, I have a Meet Your Temple Body ceremony where I'll be guiding you through the 7 Shakti activators and how to strengthen your masculine container, to navigate your mind and body, to actually and truly heal your mind and body so you can reclaim your soul. Then on April 8th, I'll see you in my somatic ceremonial book reading. And then on April 20th, I'll see you in the second somatic ceremonial book reading, celebrating, honoring, and revering cannabis, who was my divine guide and writing ally for somatophobia. We will be celebrating her on 4/20. So I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to dancing with all of you who show up regularly and dance with me. I look forward to guiding you home to your higher self and your higher consciousness. Have a beautiful and blessed day. I love you all. Mwah.